welcome along and welcome back to Attingham Park. Today we're going to be continuing on the harvest. We've got field 12C and field 12A to do. So let's get this lifted up and switch over to the back bit here. So we're going to be setting up field 12C first. I'm going to cut into here a little bit and then set up a play course on here so that we get nicely and easily set up with both of our combines. So that there, and clear off the existing course and define a new one. So field 12C here, we want everything 90 degrees. Yep, this is perfect. So generate that. That is all good. We are going around clockwise, I think. Yes, we are. So if we head out of here, we go left, first waypoint, and away it goes. And we're out of money. So we are going to have to borrow some money. I think I said this at the end of the last video. We need to borrow some money to get through today's harvest. So we should have plenty to go. In fact, we know we've got plenty because we replayed the load when we bought field 13. So that should be fine. And now if I go first waypoint, that is away and sorted and is harvesting. Oh, what we do need to do before that gets too far, though, is go and copy this course. So copy the course like that, and then we can go over to the other harvester and get that copied course set up. So on here, we'll clear its current course, copy the new course, set it to be right, start up our engine, and lift our header, get that moving, get the harvester moving, and then we're all set to get into the corner here and start on this bit. So everything's set up as it should be, and away it goes, starting off on the other side. Fine. So that is our two harvesters going. We need to go and get our tractor and trailer. And of course, the thing we've got from yesterday is this tractor needs some repairs. The other reason why we needed to do this, needed to borrow the money. So our 8340, that's going to cost 1,700 to repair, leaving us with just over 2,000. We did work out yesterday that our 7610 needs repairing as well. So repair that for 950, and that leaves us with 1,180 pounds left. So we should be all right, I think. With the money coming in from the fishing today, that should be absolutely fine. What I do need to watch out for is I was considering switching over to the 7610 for carting, because we're going to need to do some baling at some point. And I'd quite like to get that started today. Fields 12C and 12A themselves are about the size of field 14. So I'm expecting us to get further along today than we were yesterday. I think we're going to have some spare time to actually do some extra work on the farm and hopefully start getting field 14 and field 2B and possibly 12C failed. So that would be a good start, and then we can see where we go from there. For now, we do need to keep these two combines moving though and knock these fields out as quickly as possible. If we can get these knocked out and get these done, then we are going to be looking at being nicely ahead and going into next month, where we're going to have a whole load more fields to get harvested. But we're going to have the added issue of rain getting more and more prevalent the further we go into the harvest season. I want to try and empty this first harvester before it turns for the next side, because we're not going to be able to empty it along there. Even if we empty it just enough for it to make it down this side, that would be useful. It's gonna be difficult though. I want to try and block it if I can. empty it as much as possible. If we can get to 25%, that should do things quite nicely. I think that should be enough for it to make it down the next bit. And we need to turn around and get the other harvester emptied anyway. Not that that should have a problem along here, but it is looking fairly full. The fact the other harvester, the first harvester, made it this far round and we've about half emptied its tank is good. We should be able to get it to go the whole way down that side. And this one we can empty out along the next side, of course, because it is going to be turning and following along the side of that. So no issues, I don't think, emptying stuff along here. I think we're going to be in a pretty good position going forwards. And the first harvester has made it all the way to the other end of the field, thankfully. So we'll get this one emptied out here. And then after that, in fact, I think that probably is empty looking at the speed that's filling up now. We can then empty this harvester out as it comes back on for its second headland. And yeah, that makes things much easier. Our first full trailer coming just after the first headland is done. In fact, I think there's going to be plenty left in this harvester to empty out when we get back. So that's really good. That's quite impressive. Despite the horrible amount of weeds we have in this field of winter wheat, we seem to be getting a half decent yield off it straight away. So that is some really, really good news. As we empty our first load, let's have a quick look at where we stand on the farm. So the two fields we're doing today are, as I said, 12A and 12C, which are both ready to harvest. We're looking at tomorrow having 4 fields ready to go. So 6, 3, 2C and 12B. That is our remaining 2 fields of canola, plus the fields 3 and 12B, which are both sorghum. So we're looking at an early sorghum harvest on those. We then got field 1 and 2A, which are going to be our last ones. So actually, we're doing fairly well overall. We're looking at having not too much of an issue with the number of fields we have left over the period where we're looking at a lot of rain. So I'm quite hopeful. I'm really actually thinking we might be okay at this point. We got things seeded nice and early this year, and as a result, we've ended up with a lot of leeway in our harvest, especially as our combines are absolutely chomping through these fields. Having 2 combines on our farm is making such a massive difference. Both combines coming to the end of the headland. I'd like to empty this out before it goes, but the advantage of this combine is that it being the second one, it's following in the tracks of the first, so we can very quickly and very easily catch up. It's not got much to go along here, so I'm going to go and position my tractor and trailer in the cut-in over this side of the field, and that way we can empty out the rest of it. Wow, the other combine is already coming back on this bit, but then this combine has had a little bit of an advantage. It's come here a bit quicker, and the other thing it's got is the fact that it didn't have to stop to unload earlier. This one here, very much, it got to the last run on the headlands and got full. It's a slightly smaller tank on the TR87. Not quite such a big tank, and also on the headlands it doesn't have the 7% overlap that the other combine has, so it ends up actually harvesting more on the headland as a result. You empty? I think you're empty. Wow, 95%. What we want to do then is go and empty the first combine. so that we can just top this off and go and deliver our second trailer. Already we have nearly 30,000, 29,000 litres off this field. That's really, really good. Our two harvesters are onto the longer part of the field now, and it's easier to keep the two of them running this way. I do like bigger fields when I'm running two harvesters like this. Just keeping things running and keeping things smoother is so much easier like this. And there's not really a time when I'm stopping carting. Ooh. I just end up having to empty the combines the whole time, simply because we've got enough yield on here and enough harvesting going on to keep the tractor just full all the time and going back and forth to the yard. It feels so much more like a real harvest when we're starting to have a larger number of fields and larger fields in that larger number. And yeah, just trying to keep everything going in order to do things. And in fact, 81%. I think I'm going to go and empty the other harvester, even though it's not been going very long, because we still need another 20% to fill up this trailer. Caught it just before the end of the row, and there should be enough just to top off our trailer here. Give us our third full trailer from this field. Looks like we're going to have just shy of 60,000 litres on this field, which is great. I think that, oh, actually, maybe just over 60,000 litres. There's quite a bit of field left. So, yeah, that would be absolutely fantastic if we get 60,000 litres off here. That will send us over 100,000 litres of wheat. Of winter wheat. That doesn't include the spring wheat. So I'll be much happier actually putting the spring wheat that we have straight into the pig feed mixer and using using that for that and keep the pigs fed rather nicely. It's looking very much like we might have this field knocked out just after midday, which would be actually pretty awesome. I would be very, very happy if that was the case. I think this might be the last field maybe that I have the 8340 on carting duties. We will switch over to the 7610. I think we might put the 7610 on some better wheels though before we do that. It'll be a little while though before the combines are filled with canola. It's a much lower yield for the canola, so as a result we don't have to be quite so hands-on, and that means that we can very easily start baling up fields and getting that job done. I think we're going to be in a pretty good place. Our fields that we've got to do tomorrow, which is our last full day of sunshine during the harvest, we should be able to get the 3 very close together fields done. And that means on the first day that we're going to be affected by rain, we should be able to just go out and get field 6 done and complete that. And then during the rain, we can start stacking up any bales that we've managed to bale up by then. I think it's very much going to be that kind of setup going forwards. I think this combine, by the looks of it, is empty. So I'm wondering if the other one has anything that we can get off it before we go and tip another load. But yeah, I think we're going to be in a very good position. We need field 6. Field 6 is always a fiddly one because we have to get our headers off our combines, get them over there, get it all set up and get that done. So if we got some early morning rain that day, we should be okay. If it's late day rain, then I think we're probably going to want to get the combines over there the night before in order to make sure that we are in a position where we can make the most of whatever sunlight we have that day. And I think, yeah, this is full. So I'm going to go and empty this not quite full trailer because both combines are going to need emptying on their final rows in the near future. And I want to make sure that we've got a nice empty trailer to do it. Both our combines coming up to the end of the field. We'll empty out this one first. Then we can move it out of the way when it finishes. Yep, there we go. And in actual fact, do you have anything left to harvest? You don't. So let's take the hired worker off this. And reverse this up here. So that this can empty out. So get that emptying. Perfect. And then we'll go and take our first harvester and go and get it started on the canola we've got up the top that's ready to cut. All in all, that's fairly impressive. We are at 20 to 1 in the afternoon. So we're looking at an early afternoon start on this. Come on. Start up back. Oh, it hasn't unfolded. Yeah, when it finishes the contracts, when it finishes the course play like that, it does fold the harvester in, which can be a little bit annoying. All right, so into the crop here like so. There we are. And then let's clear that copied. Let's do the same here. So basically the same course generation as we had for 12C. So generate that course for me. Oh, why has that gone at such a weird angle? It's on automatic. So we want manual and 90 degrees. So there we go. That's much better. Much happier with that. Let's get out of here then. Let's copy that course. First waypoint, and away you go. And now that this harvester is emptied, we'll put the auger in. We will clear the course off that, copy the course that we've just created, and we'll take it up there and get it started. So like the previous combine, I'm going to start up the harvester a bit here. Start up the thresher. Drop it down. In we go a little bit. And then once that's done, first waypoint, set it to go on the right-hand side, and away we go. And our two combines are off. So we got another 4,000-ish litres off the end of that field. I think we're pretty much there with 60,000 litres today off field 12C, which is great. I'm very, very happy about that. Overall, that gives us 174,000 litres of wheat. In fact, that's, yeah, that has tipped now. So 174,707 litres of wheat. At best price, which is going to be £733, that's £128,000. That is huge. And that's before we've got anywhere near the spring wheat. So I am very, very pleased with that. That couldn't have gone better, really. So what I'm going to do now is just come to here. We're going to disconnect our trailer and connect this up to the baler, because we want to get the 8340 doing that job next. This should have enough power to run this baler. So that is going to work fine. And then we'll turn this off because we don't need that quite yet. And pop over to here because we're going to get the 7610 doing the carting. So customize that. Let's put some normal wheels on this. Those were normal tires, standard 5156s, which are weird in comparison. So yeah, let's put some standard 76s on. Won't cost us anything. So customize that. Yes. Okay. So that's put some more standard wheels on. We're nicely set up with, well, having repaired it and everything. So this tractor should now do fine for that. And yeah, we're going to get the 7610 doing the rest of the carting for this season. It's not quite as fast as our 8340, but we want to get the 8340 now concentrating on doing the setups for the rest of the year as far as getting these fields turned around now, because our seeding window for the winter crops is going to open fairly soon, and I want to start getting those turned around quickly. Coming up to the TR 96, and you can see from how full its tank is that, yeah, even on at a complete go at the headland plus a little bit, we are, well, we're not even full. We're nowhere near full, so that's good news. We should get about half a trailer. Now, one thing I am slightly worried about is one of our combines. Yeah, in fact, here's the fly in the ointment. Our other combine currently needs to be repaired, and I think this is the header. We talked about this last time with field 14, that the headers were getting hit fairly hard by all the stones, and I reckon that is what this is. So once we got this combine emptied, we'll have to stop it, because otherwise it's going to get too far ahead of the other combine, and we're going to have to take our first combine and get the header fixed. I'm hoping it's not going to cost us too much to get it done, but it does mean that the harvest will have to stop while we do it. So here it is. It's stopped, and yeah. Oh, really? It's the main combine actually that's broken. It must have just conked out. I think our best bet is going to be to go and get this repaired. We'll have to take it up to the farm quickly and do that. We're going to lose some valuable time. Yeah, it conked out, and that's what the trouble is. So we'll just get it back up to our workshop quickly, get it repaired, and then get it back out on the field. Otherwise, we're just going to be starting and stopping all the time, and I'll kind of want to avoid that. It's nothing major. I don't think it's going to cost us a fortune to get it repaired, though. So bring it just outside the workshop here. And what are we? Repair. Oh, no. We're going to have to borrow more money to repair it. It's... this is disastrous. Right, so we've borrowed 10,000 to keep the harvest going today. Thankfully, we've already harvested more than that today. But yeah, 4,802 to get this combine up and running properly again. That is really horrible. We'll just bring this back out here though, and get this going again, and then we're going to need to empty this combine. It's only half full, which is amazing. Just one headland has made it only half full. So yeah, much smaller yield here for the canola, but as I said, it does mean that we should get some baling done today and help us get ahead with that too. We've let the TR-87 catch up, and I'm going to empty it along this row here. The 96 is waiting at the end of the row. We'll get this to stop at the point where the other combine is. So it'll actually go a little bit further forward. So I'm going to jump out of my tractor. Nearest waypoint, and away you go. And yeah, and while that's then stopped, we can empty the rest of this out, and as soon as this is empty, we'll be able to get some baling started, because both our combines then will be empty at that point, and that means that we're going to be in a position where we're not going to have to empty either of them for a while. And yeah, that means we can get on with other stuff. I'm going to start by baling up field 2B. It's a smaller field and it should be fairly good for this. So unfold my baler. We got a fair amount of straw already in here. So this bale should drop out fairly quickly from here. But that's not a problem because the great thing about one of these is that we can just keep going. And we don't have to keep stopping to unload the bales like we do with the round baler, which I love. This 8340 is struggling up this slope a little bit with this baler on the back. I think it's kind of at the extreme of its horsepower availability. I think the horsepower requirement for this John Deere 690 baler is about 125 horsepower. And that is what our 8340 has. So it is pushing it to its limits a little bit. It is handling it fine though. We are going through and getting around this field fairly easily. Also, our combines are munching through that canola field without any issues at all. We haven't had to empty them yet. I think we're going to finish this headland and then go and take our 7610 down there and get them emptied though, because they've got to be getting fairly close to being full. It doesn't look a million miles off our smaller tank, but I think it's, yeah. I'm slightly worried about the other combine. Hopefully that can make its next cut in without too much issues of being emptied. It might get halfway through it and then go, oh no, I'm full, and cut an interesting bit into it. But we'll see how it goes. It seems to be handling things mostly fairly well though. Yeah, we're absolutely fine. It's looking pretty full. But I don't think it's completely full at the moment. And yeah, in fact, we're able to empty it without much hassle. Fantastic. We've managed to bail up the whole of 2B's headlands and still be able to empty both our harvesters without a problem at all. And in fact, it's not long before both harvesters are pretty much finished on the field. I'm very happy about this. We have managed to get the 2 fields we need to harvest today out and done in time. We're not looking at fields anywhere near the same sort of size going into tomorrow. Take the hide worker off this and bring it round. That combine is emptied. Empty this one as well. Like that. And yeah, we are heading into the 3rd day of harvest. Hitting all of our targets at the moment and even getting a little bit ahead because we've got the baling started as well. The next field we're going to do is probably the sorghum on field 12B. Because then we can do that. We can do the sorghum on field 3. And actually, no. I'm going to do the sorghum on field 3 next. So we'll go and park this at the corner of the field here. We'll have easy access to field 3 from here. And then we can do field 3, 12B, and then finally 2C. Next time, and that will clear those 3 fields out pretty quickly and just leave field 6 to do on the wet day. Yeah, a much lower yield off that. We managed to get 2 80% full trailers off, along with this one which has got 17%. So yeah, not even 2 full trailers off that field. Let's tip this though, get this into here, and we'll see exactly how much canola we've got today. We have 26,557 litres. At best price, that's 34,000 value. So that's actually really good. I'm very, very happy with that. And the last thing I want to do today is just finish off the job we started and get field 2B finished, get this all baled up, and then we can collect those up. Field 14 is going to be a fairly big job on the baling, but we can do that at some point. We have got the mud mod on here now, so I need to be a little bit aware of that if I end up doing any field work during or immediately after rain. So we need to keep an eye on that. But all in all, I think we're in a fairly good position. I'm going to continue doing this. We'll get this job knocked out this evening. But I think this is a fairly good place to leave this. So all that remains is for me to say
thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.